The struggle is so real in the morning with things. Hello and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little while since I've made kind of an updated vlog. It's so great to be back, and it's so great to be back in LA. I missed LA so much. I miss the sunshine, which is, there's not a lot of sunshine at this very moment. I think they call it June gloom. I'm not sure. I don't remember this from when I first stayed here. In the mornings, it's been very overcast until about 12 or 1 p.m. And then it gets sunny again. So it'll be perfect. I'm going to see my gals this afternoon. And then I'm going to work out this morning. I love going for hikes. It's like you can't really do that back in Toronto. At least I guess you could along like the lakeshore. And there, if you drive outside of Toronto, there are pretty good hikes. But in like downtown Toronto where I lived, there weren't really many hikes per se, but it was very walkable. There's so many great trails in the city, you know, connect with nature. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been back. Getting to LA, oh my gosh, we'll get into it later, but it was a struggle. It was so stressful from beginning to end. It was definitely an experience for sure. But it's just been so great being down here, the sunshine. I've also been able to meet a lot of other Canadians who have also moved down here. It just feels like home away from home. So that is one of my favorite parts. I wanted to like update you guys on everything that's happened because a lot has happened. Let's just get started. I'm gonna start getting ready and get to working out because I want to start hiking before it gets too sunny. So let's go. West Coast hiking, so awesome. It's overcast, which like I guess isn't as pretty for the video, but it's really nice for me because it's not as hot. And because it's early, there's just not as many people on the trail. So now I don't feel weird whipping out my camera and talking to it. Oh, now I reached the flat part. I mean, look at Griffith right now. I love that it's like a little bit in the mist. Ooh, it's like a movie. Like, I feel like I'm in, I don't know, Twin Peaks or Wuthering Heights or something. It's so cool. Love it. Ooh, some construction going on. Multiple irrigation cycles needed. Wow, all right. Usually you would be able to see the Hollywood sign over there, but it's too misty. I am absolutely obsessed with Love Island right now. It is like the perfect show for doing like chores, any cooking, like working out. Obviously looking at these girls, they're so hot. I'm like looking at their bodies, I'm like, oh my God, I have to look like that too. But anyway, just finished the hike, came back, had a wee snack, and now I'm going to catch up on Love Island. I haven't watched, I think the last episode I watched was 11 of this season, so time to start. Like, it's just so perfect. It's like engaging, but like if I miss anything, it's not like other shows where like one conversation can be like so crucial to the whole plot. It's just kind of like, you know, it's reality TV. I also got these adjustable weights. They're so great. Altogether it goes up to 90 pounds. I can make like a barbell out of it. It's what I need right now. Ooh, okay, morning routine, finally done. I have to work out in the mornings, otherwise I feel like I can't get up the energy in the rest of the day. Okay, let's get ready. It's still a little overcast, but you know what? I think it's gonna start getting sunnier soon because it usually does. So I'm just gonna put my little headband in to keep the hairs out of my face while I do my makeup. Some people can just do their makeup and have their hair in their face, but I can't. So I'm gonna look crazy. Wow, it's been so long since I've been back. Starting off with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, Wow Glow Sun Touchable. I know I uploaded that video with my sister, but that was literally like a 4-year-old video. Yeah, obviously a lot has changed. I moved, being the biggest one, and I had, oh my gosh guys, I had so many plans. I was like, I'm gonna make a full series out of my move, and I'm gonna do a blah 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 blah. Oh, it was so stressful. I've never like actually moved apartments before. Like this was my first big move. I mean, okay, I've lived in LA before, but when I first came down, packed up my suitcase and flew down to live with my sister. And that was it. This time I was living in downtown Toronto for a number of years with my partner. So we had all our stuff, we had our cat. And so we had to, like packing all that stuff and moving it here. Whoo, I did not know what I was getting into. I've never been so stressed in my life. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. Well, first of all, before we even moved here, we actually flew down to view places because, I don't know, I think it's just a good idea to be viewing the home that you're gonna be living in instead of just going off of pictures. And I'm glad we did because you never really know. Lighting makes a huge difference. A lot can be manipulated and, I don't know, maybe manipulated is too big a word, but you know, the photos can be tailored to make a place look. Boop, is that my hair? This Power Grip is too grippy. It won't let go of my hair. Okay, there we go. So I'm glad we came down because there were like 3 places that we saw that we were, oh, well, for sure it's one of these. For sure it's one of these. We got there and they, like one of them we didn't like. One of them I loved, but Ian didn't like. And then one of them Ian liked, but I didn't really like as much. And they were all, like 2 of them were beautiful spots, but none of them were the exact right place. Like none of them had all the things that we were looking for. It was such a, we were here for like 2 days. It was like a mad dash. We were going around, calling every place on Zillow we could find. We were like driving around. We had specific areas that we knew we wanted to live in. So we were driving around those areas, seeing any sign that said, you know, open vacancy, whatever. We were like, hey, can we view today? IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I know there was like, okay, this is a bit of a tangent, but I remember Jeffree Star reviewed this and he said that he didn't like it and that he couldn't get any product out, but I feel like it has so much product. I've not run out. This thing is probably expired. I've had it for years, but it has yet to run out on me. So anyway, so it was a mad dash. We're calling, and we finally view this place. I remember we walked into this apartment and we were like, oh wow, like it has everything we want. Let me just get this on my mustache. Whew, but it was like, it was a little stressful. And then, you know, packing was something else. You know what, it's so on me because usually I'm really on the ball with packing and, you know, packing for trips and everything. But for some reason, I really thought I could pack up my whole apartment in one day. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. I told my mom that. I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna pack like the day before, like our flight, blah, blah, blah. And my mom, I saw it on her face that I'd probably made a mistake. And she was like, okay, well, maybe I'll come help you. And I'm so glad she did. Thank you, Mom. And thank you. My dad ended up buying us like a ton of boxes, more bubble wrap, all this stuff. My mom packed up our whole kitchen. I tried to film packing my closet because I was like, oh my gosh, I'll just make a cute moving video. After I finished packing my closet, I was like, oh, I've made a horrible mistake. That was the only thing I filmed because I was so stressed after that. I was like, you know, it started off, everything was very neatly put away into boxes, and then by the end, I'm just like tossing stuff in anything I can find and like taping it up. Oh my gosh. Going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, trying to do like a natural dewy look today. And then of course, our little kitty cat, our little Valkyrie, she is such a relaxed cat. She's super mellow, very sweet, but she does not travel well at all. She is a breeder's cat, but she was like one of the like breeding cats. She was like a queen. So she had some health issues after her first litter. So they ended up selling her, and that's how we found her. Shout out to Kijiji. I literally found my cat on Kijiji. When we were traveling back from like picking her up, it was like a 3-hour drive, and she shit herself like 15 minutes into the drive, and we were like, oh no. So we just had the windows down and we had to give her a bath. It was so sad. Anyway, this is not part of the story. Point of this being, we knew that she was not going to be traveling on the plane very well. So we had to go to the vet anyway to do health checkups for your cat to go across the border. It needs to be updated on all its shots and have like a certificate of health of some kind. Anyway, So that's what we did. We went to the vet. She didn't poop her carrier on the way to the vet, thank goodness, but we just walked there. So the vet, thankfully, gave us some gabapentin, which we were a little nervous to use because we've never, I don't know, drugged our cat before. So we were a little nervous about that, but it worked great. Oh my gosh, thank God. Because I was so nervous that, you know, I'd be on the plane and, you know, she poops herself under the seat and then she's uncomfortable and she's covered in poop and everybody's mad at us. Anyway, so it was stressing me out, obviously. So funny, we put her little gabapentin pills into these dried minnows, like freeze-dried minnows. She gulped them down, not even a second thought, like didn't even, totally normal minnows, just, like, take this totally normal treat, gulp, like she didn't even think there was anything wrong with this. We were taking her through security and you can't put your cat through the x-ray machine. So I took her out and they were like, oh my gosh, your cat is so well behaved, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, thanks, she's on drugs. And they got a kick out of that. But she did so great on the flight, which was a really big stress of ours. We were really worried that she would have a tough time. I'm going in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. This actually is such an amazing concealer. It's not full coverage. I would say it's a like medium coverage, medium to light coverage even. But it is so glowy and it looks really natural on the skin. I really like it. So yeah, landed, we got here all safe and sound. We got to our apartment okay, and it was like, whew, sigh of relief. And then it was waiting for our stuff to arrive. When we were checking how to move our stuff, it was like everything was costing so much money. I mean, to rent a U-Haul, it was like thousands of dollars plus gas, all this stuff. So we used this company called U-Pack. They were amazing. I'm so impressed with them. Really great prices. Essentially, you pack like a cube storage container with all of your stuff, all your furniture, and they put it on freight trains across the country. So it's a little bit cheaper than other ways of moving. Packing that was honestly stressful. I mean, that was like, we packed all of our stuff in our apartment, brought it down to a U-Haul truck, and then drove all that stuff over to the U-Pack shipment center. Big shout out to our friend who helped us pack everything. We had to unload all the boxes, all the furniture, and then repack them into the U-Haul cube. Oh, I forgot about that. That was also very stressful. But big shout out to the company. They were really, really nice when we got there. The gentleman who helped us was really sweet. He was like, loved Avril Lavigne. I was wearing an Avril Lavigne shirt and he was like, oh my God, I love Avril Lavigne. Have you heard this song called like Hot Girls in Hell? And I was like, what? This guy was like 50 something. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, he's recommending me a Hot Girls in Hell? I love him. Anyway, but unfortunately, our shipment was delayed by 2 weeks. And so we're here. We have just, you know, whatever we packed in our suitcases. We're waiting on all our stuff. And we call and we're like, hey, so where's our stuff? And they're like, hey, we're just waiting on this paperwork. And we're like, we sent you that paperwork. And they're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. We got confused, blah, blah, blah. And they gave us a huge discount and it was so nice. They were like, we're gonna get it to you as fast as we can. Like, we're gonna take this amount of money off. And I'm really impressed with them, even though there was a delay. Like, I appreciate that they just were like, that was on us. We're gonna give you a discount. That's so nice. You know what I don't appreciate though, is another company here by the name of Clutter. And you know what, I wasn't gonna call them out, but I am gonna call them out because they were awful. So while we're here waiting for our shipment, which we knew would take a little bit, we thought probably like a week, we originally planned to use a lot of the furniture in my partner's storage locker. They were delay after delay. First of all, they charge so much. They won't let you pick it up. They have to be the ones to drop it off. They were canceling last minute. They would late cancellation and then they tried to charge us for the late cancellation. We didn't cancel though. It was them who canceled and they were like trying to charge us almost like $300 for a late cancellation or something. So they canceled like 3 times and then finally when they delivered everything, they like broke one of our mirrors, which we had to like fight to get money back for. It's like, I don't recommend them. They were really bad customer service. And it was, you know, the difference between the two companies in their customer service was was very large. So I would not recommend Clutter. I would recommend U-Pack. Anyway, oh, I'm just using the Benefit What's Up cream highlight, which I probably don't need because I'm already very glowy. So we're just waiting for everything to arrive. And that's kind of when I was like, well, you know, we're sitting here, probably a good time to paint. So I painted our living room in this, in this gorgeous black color from Benjamin Moore. That's where it's from. I used this color in our Toronto apartment, in the living room and in the office. It is so stunning. It's not like, you would think that the black would be very like strong and you'd think it would be overpowering, but it's so nice. It's the perfect like neutral shade, and it's a perfect like statement wall, and it blends really well with we got some IKEA bookshelves, and it blends in perfectly. It just is so nice. It's the perfect color. Honestly, any place I move into, I'm going to be using this paint color on at least one wall because it's so nice. Onyx, Benjamin Moore, okay? I use the Blur It powders. Ooh, this is kind of dirty. Okay, whatever. I use the Blur It powders from Sephora. I really like them. Okay, I just had to set my face off camera because it was a little bit difficult to do. Ooh! I'm also using the Sephora makeup setting spray, 12-hour wear, transfer proof, dewy finish, vitamin C. It was stressful, but it was one of those things, like looking back now, I'm like, oh yeah, it was so funny, la 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 la. In the time, I was like crying. Oh my gosh, guys, my face was I was crying so much. My cortisol was like through the roof. I was so puffy. I'm gonna put a little clip of a video that I tried to take when we first landed, and I looked at my face and I was like, I can't post this. Like I look crazy. I'm just glad it's done, you know? I'm just glad we're here and that we made it all safely. Like kind of a new chapter. It's so nice to wake up to the sun and the palm trees, and I feel very motivated being here. I will say, because it's such, why can't I open this? This is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush Glow and Cheek Palette Nude Venus. And I can't, there we go. Okay, I use these top two on the apples of my cheek, and then I use this one kind of higher up, almost as a contour. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because it's sort of like an influencer kind of scene here, I feel really inspired to make content because I'm like, wow, like, you know, because you just see people walking around like vlogging or live streaming, whatever, or just full on making like TikTok videos on the street. And, you know, nobody's blinking an eye. It's kind of like, it's inspiring for me to create more content. So I'm like, now that I've been here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these ideas for all these like YouTube series that I want to start. And like the podcast, even being here and meeting so many people that I'd love to have on the podcast. So new episodes coming soon, new TikTok series. Like I'm so excited. I'm using this Fenty highlight in Kilowatt Foil in Sandcastle. It's just this one on the left here. It's a really nice, like taupey sort of highlight. It's got some nice chunky sparkle too. I still miss Toronto and I miss Canada. Obviously, all my parents and a lot of my good friends are living in Toronto still, but it's nice that, you know, it's not like I can never go back. We actually have visited quite a bit since we've left. We've gone back for a wedding already, and a lot of people have been visiting us. One thing that's nice about living here is that obviously people really want to visit, so we never have a shortage of guests. All in all, I'm so happy to be here. I feel like it's gonna be great. We're gonna have such a great time here, guys. I can already tell. It's just good vibes. Maybe it's because I wake up to the sun every day, but it's good vibes. What can I say? Maybe there is something to the weather here that it makes people so happy. I hope that was all clear. It's been a while since I've done, like, just sat down and chatted. Okay, I'm going in. My current favorite lip combo is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk and the Bloom Toffee Tripeptide Lip Tint. This is so hydrating, but I really love the brown tint, and the toffee is like the best smell. It smells exactly like toffee. It's just like a nice tint of brown for summer. I really love a brown lip in summer. I'm gonna fix my hair, fix my bangs. Oh, bangs. I think this is the last month that I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna start growing them out. They're really cute, but they kind of are frustrating in the way that just like, I always need to restyle them like every morning. I end up wearing a headband like this just because I'm not wanting to deal with them. But I do kind of want to wear my bangs today. So gonna go fix my hair, get changed, and then I'm gonna meet up with the girls. We're going somewhere new, like an apothecary kind of cafe. It looks really cute, but it's a little bit farther. Those are so wow.
Ooh, this is a gem.
This is so beautiful.
And there's no one here yet, but he's
We're in a movie together.
Me too.
I called it a friendship date to Ian in the
It's
car.
a friendship day.
It's a friendship date.
Andrew was like, how's it going with your girl?
So good. We already have plans for tomorrow.
Ooh,
wow. Let me just turn it like this. Today is not Canada Day today, but tomorrow, but I am making a cake today beforehand because I just don't want to worry about it before the party. Anyway, so the friends that I've made since moving to LA are actually all also from Canada, but I did not meet them in Canada. I met them all here. I love hanging out with them. It's like being home away from home, and we decided to do a little Canada Day party. I don't really have a lot of opportunities to make cakes, so whenever I get the chance, I really like to. I kind of thought about making a red velvet cake because I think the red and white would have been a little bit more on theme, but I was really craving this Oreo cake from Broma Bakery. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I mean, honestly, everything she does, everything she makes, all her recipes are amazing. They're so good. I feel like her brown butter chocolate chip cookies were just like popping off all over TikTok. Just gonna be making a little Oreo cake, and then I wanna do like a little maple leaf frosting on top if I can. I did order some red food gel from Amazon, but I don't know if it's gonna make it here in time. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna put up my hair and we'll get started. I really wish I could be one of those girls who like bakes with her hair down like all luscious and flowing, but can't be me. I shed way too much. My worst fear is to bake a cake and then somebody takes a bite and they pull out like a long strand of my hair. Oh, I would just die of embarrassment. Okay, so 4 ingredients. We've got powdered sugar for the icing, baking soda, baking powder. I can't remember if I need both or not, but I just brought both out. Cake flour, I know we need specifically. Sugar, butter at room temperature, salt, buttermilk, vanilla extract, and also eggs at room temperature. So I've let these sit out for just a little while. And of course, star of the show, Oreos, which I may or may not have gotten into. We won't talk about that. Okay, preheat oven to 325. Oops, 325. Hey! Cookie thief! Cookie thief! Get him, Kiri! All right, I think I'm gonna give these pans a little rinse. They've just been sitting in the cabinet for a little while, so I think they might be a little bit disty. Dry them off. And then I'm gonna use this bottom part of the spring pan to cut or to trace like a circle of parchment paper that's gonna go on the bottom here. And then that way your cake does not stick, because that's what we're trying to avoid here. Honestly, oil is just not enough sometimes. And when you're making a cake for a party, you really don't want the stress of messing up. I remember once my sister was making this red velvet cake for a Thanksgiving party, and she forgot to grease the pans, and the cake just fell apart. It was so sad. She was really stressed. Whoop. Grease them up. Boom! That's a foolproof pan right there. Okay. Okay, so you need 1 sleeve of cookies. Good thing I got the family size. I think that's pretty good. Now I need a stand mixer. This one is a Drew Barrymore's brand, and it's honestly so good. Ow! Caught my finger. Hilarious. I wasn't even filming for any of that. Okay, so first things first, we are creaming together half a stick of butter. This is such a classic looking butter. This looks like those slimes that are like, they're like clay slimes, but the outside is like wax and you crush them, and it's like that girl on TikTok, she crushes them and it looks so good. Anyway, that's not what this is, and I won't be doing that. Resisting the urge. So you have to cream together half a cup of butter, which this is exactly half a cup, and then half a cup of oil. I'm just gonna use olive oil. She didn't really specify. I think maybe you're supposed to use like a lighter kind of oil, like a vegetable oil or canola or something, but I just don't have that. So I'll take this, bloop. We'll start it off kind of slow. So that's what it looks like all creamed together after about 3 minutes. And then now we add 1.5 cups of sugar, beating on high until it becomes nice and fluffy. Okay, mixture is light and fluffy and a pale yellow, I would say. So now it's time to add in the eggs and the vanilla extract. For the eggs, I like to crack them into a bowl first and then put them in. That way you don't get any eggshells into your cake. Really hope I don't get any cat hair into this. I've been trying to be careful, but I mean, you never know. Wow, perfect. Didn't even get any egg into that one. I mean, I got egg into it. I didn't get any shell into it. Slowly. Oops, that was not a very good crack. Okay, so in this bowl, we are going to combine all of the dry ingredients, cake flour, sea salt, and baking powder, and then into the large mixing bowl, we're going to alternate adding the dry ingredients with the buttermilk, and then the recipe will be ready, and I can stop doing this. 2. All right, last bit of the dry ingredients. After this, I'm just going to scrape down the sides, and then we're gonna fold in the Oreo bits and get them into the oven. Okay. I love baking. I really do. I swear. Like, that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna get these in the thing. Yay! And then get them in here. Woo! And then I think it says 30 minutes, but make sure you set your timer so that you don't forget. We did it! Yay! The one problem with making a cake the day before is that you want to eat it right away. Damn, I really should have made an extra cake. I knew I should have doubled the recipe. Okay, now it's Canada Day. Sorry guys, I iced the cake off camera because it was just kind of getting late and there was not really any good lighting, so. But now I've got it all set up, so I'm just gonna do like a little maple leaf, red maple leaf in the middle. I have my red icing here. And then this is just a stencil that I made with parchment paper. I just put it over top of the image, whatever image you want. Obviously mine was a maple leaf. You trace it, you cut it out, and then bada bing, bada boom. We're ready to go. Okay. Yay, okay. I have never done so much for a Canada Day party in my life. All right. I'm gonna kind of like scoop inwards so that I don't lift up the corners. Got my little icing scraper here, very handy. That's pretty good. I don't want to mess around too much. All right. Oh, wish me luck. Oh my gosh, it worked! Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Thank God. Okay, I'm popping this baby back in the fridge and then getting ready. And oh, I should probably wear red today, like red and white if I can. Obviously, duh. Okay. I'm so glad that's all done. All right, let's go. Okay, not going like too crazy with the outfit, honestly. I kind of am prioritizing like comfort over style. Just decided on this kind of almost, it's like a maroon top. It's not really like a true red, okay? Party got pushed back a little bit, which is so fine with me. I am going to just sit and chill after making that cake. I'm like, whew. Even though it's fun to do, at a certain point I'm like, I'm stressed. I think I should have actually made like the actual cake part first and then froze it like 2 days before and then did the icing yesterday and then like not have, like when you split it up in between like 2 days, it's not as stressful to make, but when you make it all on one day, it's like, it's a lot.
It's like a vanilla
Just
confetti.
vanilla, right?
Right, yeah. And you guys are all...
Oh my gosh.